do, but either way, I'm here with you, and I have the permission to be as biased as I want.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
go for it.
And you're an NA caster, I'm Sam caster, you know. No NA teams here, so you better go with FURIA with me here.
We'll see. I've been casting Furia's matches all week, and they have looked excellent. At least earlier against Endpoint they did, and one of the things that worked so well was just their ferocious challenge game on Endpoint. Endpoint had so many problems getting the ball away from FURIA players, and FURIA already starting out here, trying to start with Kaio's shot, and it's saved by Metsonaris, but still FURIA are gonna press. Yanks throws this one up high, but Endpoint able to get the clear.
And when you talk about FURIA's aggressiveness, I was going to say, hey, Kaio is here doing the job in the midfield, and just right there, he's going, intercepting the ball and going for the attack right away. So that's, I think, the change in FURIA's playstyle, giving Kaio that presence in the midfield.
And we were talking about this beforehand, but you were telling me about Yanks and his addition to this team this season and how it didn't really start out the way that they wanted it to. Yanks being that mechanical, oh my goodness, Kaio taking the shot, and we were just talking about him. Yanks with a beautiful pass.
And yes, it was a rough ride in the beginning with Yanks, but now you see him as he click with the rest of the teammates. So he knows Kaio is right there. He's the midfield presence, so he can make the pass and Kaio will take it.
There's been a lot of talk about Kaio this week as well. He has looked the best that he's ever in an international LAN. And Card, we've called him King Card for a long time, but he's kind of taking a back seat to this FURIA team.
Hey, a king has to know when to go to battle and when to stay in the throne, So Card is improving a lot, and he's more mature now, and he's doing what's best for the team.
For Endpoint, Stumpy saying they usually don't lose to teams twice. They did end up losing twice to Queso, but now putting on some shots. That's a great place by Relating Wave, 1-1 Endpoint.
And I think Wave was talking about Relating Wave, actually, how he has to step up offensively for his teammates. And right there, that's a 1-1 team game. Relating Wave just proving that he deserves to be here, that he heard the casters, and he's ready to not disappoint.
Ooh, another shot right off the kickoff by Yanks. Seiko on the defense here. Unable to get a goal last time against FURIA, and upset about it as well, but he sets up Metsonaris here, denied by Yanks. Gets there in time as Card puts it back up. But Relating Wave ends up giving the ball back to Kaio, off the ceiling, 2 touches. Does he have a third? No, it drops straight down. Relating Wave, first clear, but FURIA keep it up off the back wall. No shot's gonna come immediately as Card plays it out to the side, wins the 50 against Relating Wave.
I love how Card went for the wall, and he didn't go for the goal. So he gave time to his teammates to, recover from the lost boost, the positioning that they didn't have. So that was a very smart play by King Card.
There's Card on his own backboard. Cut off by Seiko, starting to get aggressive. 2 touches in front. Relating Wave denied by Kaio in front of the box. Endpoint have been able to stay in the orange half, but another clear for FURIA. They're gonna have to retreat beyond the midfield line as the orange cars push forward. Head in front of the box, and he missed the touch. The pass actually would have connected after the miss on defense.
Yeah, Kaio was expecting the hit from the defense. He wasn't expecting the whiff. So, sometimes whiff works even at this level.
Pushed off the side wall. FURIA get down the field again. They've faced a couple of shots here from Endpoint in the last minute or so, and FURIA's offense has kind of waned. They try to get by Metsonaris and company. Relating Wave sets that one out, but now FURIA starting to gain control of midfield. Yanks, that's a non-touch, and another pass off the back wall. Card, light shot. Kyle gets in the way to prevent the clear from Relating Wave. Nice catch from Yanks. Dribble, bump, goal! Card scores for FURIA!
And everything starts with Kaio. He went over there, he kept the control of the ball, and then Yanks with a beautiful pass. Card right there, waiting for it. It was a tough play for Metsonaris. He tried to actually get in between the ball and the player, but no way he couldn't do it, and now we have a match going on for FURIA.
And that earlier challenge from Kaio as well, from the botch shot to keep the play alive. FURIA getting all 3 players involved on offense. Nice lob from Yanks, but Relating Wave puts it back downfield. He's got enough boost. Met on the 50, and the shot doesn't come as Kaio gets right in the way. Endpoint starting to get physical. Relating Wave denied, but that's right over to Seiko. And again, Kaio so quick on the challenges on defense.
doing great on the defense, doing great on the clears for FURIA. Endpoint needs to be able to attack a little bit more. And there it is! Another fake, another whip. I don't know what to call it, but it works. It is working for Endpoint right now. I mean, Seiko with the strong shot and Metsunari just being there. The presence of Metsunari just makes everything happen.
Yeah, Yanks has to respect the fact that Metsunari can touch that ball and just freezes him on the goal line. Endpoint strike back. Might win on the kickoff here. Relating Wave will take the boost. Metsunaris will take the ball. Seiko wants to come up but can't commit. And the ball cleared over Endpoint's heads. Off the back wall, that one just missed. A sneaky shot. Metsunaris ends up losing control, but Seiko protecting his own corner boost. Trying to clear it again. On the flip reset, challenged by Kaio. Seiko, try as he may to get something going. Kaio keeps getting in his way.
I feel that the game is being played on the blue zone a little bit more than on the orange, but still we have a tight match, so this is really exciting. Every single time that the Endpoint has tried to attack, it's been very successful, even though FURIA is, working on the pacing of the game. Controlling.
Trying to get back to the challenge, and Yang's gonna grab this one. Not a lot of boost to work with. Screening across, maybe for a bump. Kaio got the challenge against Seiko, and another challenge from Card. Metsunaris next up, Endpoint. Starting to feel the pressure. Yanks around the corner. 150 in front. Seiko got dunked on the crossbar. Oh! Kaio! Straight off the sky into the net, 3-2!
That was amazing, and that's why you have to keep on playing the whole time. Look at him going for the ball, and no one was there to defend. They were a little bit too late, and he took advantage of that. Now they have a 1-goal advantage of 23 seconds left. This is amazing start for FURIA.
Yanks losing the 50. Seiko, flip reset, missed the touch, and Card just got back to it, but it's a loose ball. Metsunaris has the grab. Yanks close there on the back wall, and a very tight rotation here for FURIA. Another pass in front, light shot denied. Turning back is Relating, or Metsunaris trying to bring it back, and he does get the push on the 50. Next up, Relating Wave, up close. Oh, it's just off the postcards there, Seiko. It can't get the ball, and FURIA take game one.
Wow, what a close match. It was so intense because even at the end, Endpoint still had a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, I mean, they had good pushes down the field, good passes, looking for those bumps, and they had those pushes off the kickoff, just couldn't find a way to get by the back wall. I mean, how many times did Kaio just get in front of a challenge when Endpoint were trying to set something up? Good shot from Relating Wave to set it up, but then a couple of really nice goals from FURIA.
And I love that everyone was involved in the plays of FURIA. It wasn't just Kaio. We were talking about how good Kaio is, and yes, he showed us how good he is, but it wasn't just Kaio. I mean, Yanks was involved, Card was involved, so every single player knows their place in the team, and they were doing something to make it happen. They really want this.
I gotta say, it's great to have you here,
oh, man, thank you.
man. It's awesome. You get to represent South America and watch FURIA try to make this this top 6 happen for them. But Endpoint are obviously going to be such a tough out for them. FURIA took them out in 4 last time, prevented Seiko from scoring a single goal. That didn't happen this time. Seiko did end up getting a goal, and so maybe things can settle down for Endpoint a little bit. They have to remain, level on the mentality. Can't let this game 1 shake them up.
It will be impossible to keep Seiko off not scoring, for 2 straight series. That will be like really historical because Seiko is a beast. He is a beast. I mean, one of the best players to watch in Europe right now. So, but again, I think my only problem here with Endpoint right now is that I feel they're whiffing a lot, and that worked a little bit on some goals on the first match. I don't know if that's gonna keep working afterwards, So I wanted to see them a little bit more precise in their shots.
Endpoint needs some adjustments. Seiko gonna start the push. That back wall has been hard to work with on the orange half. Ball kicked away. It's actually gonna be Seiko's ball. He's got a lot of boost. Nice pass over to Relating Wave. It's gonna be cleared. Move back downfield. FURIA gonna have that first man go downfield, be a target to pass to on a lot of these transitions. Endpoint gonna have to chase this one down. They do get the 50, back over to Seiko. There's Card again underneath. Can just get that ball away from Metsunaris. There's another one from Kaio. Card swings around, shot forces Metsunaris into the air. He's got the first save. Maybe another from FURIA, but Met stays on the ball.
This is a slower pace match. I mean, I wasn't expecting this. A lot of play on the midfield. Oh my God! What a second touch from Relating Wave. That was a good self-play. I mean, it was all him, and he just seized the opportunity. No one was able to defend the backboard, and at this level, Derby, you have to be there. You have to defend that backboard.
Absolutely, Kyle kind of pre-jumping, thinking that shot's immediately going to go to the top, seeing Relating Wave, knowing he can slot that high, so he jumps a little early, and Relating Wave knew it, instead went for the backboard and got the double touch. An excellent shot from Relating Wave. FURIA trying to set something up, but there's Relating Wave again. 2 touches off the backboard, drops it down, and a goal for CeX!
I told you that they have to defend that backboard. I mean, back-to-back, they have done the same. I mean, a similar play. This time, Relating Wave wasn't able to get the second touch, but CeX is right there. They have an amazing communication, and this is what I was telling you. Endpoint needed to be more precise, more accurate, and they're showing off on the second game.
Starting to get their touches a little bit higher, forcing FURIA to get uncomfortable on defense. It's worked successfully so far. A hard transition for Yanks. Going in front, looking for the bump, he's got it! The shot's just off the crossbar, and a clear comes for Relating Wave.
That was a good play. I mean, I love the fake. I love the intent on the play. However, you know, good defense from Endpoint. They covered as much as they could from in the net, and that's another shot. Okay, a little bit slow on that one, so easy to defend, but they still have the advantage. So you don't want to go too crazy on those plays.
Yeah, maybe a missed opportunity from Endpoint to get that third goal, and CeX in danger, end up picking up that save. Pass to nobody, and Relating Wave, Metzenaris, CeX all pushed down the field. Yanks flips the ball over Metzenaris before he gets deleted. Card, nice catch on the back wall. Stabilize on defense, but Endpoint starting to crush on the orange half. Here's another shot coming off the backboard. Dunked! Metzenaris flexes!
Metzenaris, the veteran, doing... Oh, man. How you defend that? I mean, it's impossible to defend. Kyle did everything he could. The only thing would have been better was to hit the ball high up over the net. But, I mean, it's so difficult to do that. So, Metzenaris just reading that. It's crazy.
And Endpoint did this to FURIA in their last series, but it took them one more game to do it. FURIA went up 2-0 in their last series, and then Endpoint put up a 4 spot on them. This time, Endpoint get the offense going a little earlier. Probably going to make this series a little harder for FURIA to tackle. And Endpoint now facing a little bit of pressure. There is some time for FURIA to start the comeback clock. They might need this goal soon. Oh, and there it is! Card snipes the ball in front. What a thief!
Card was just casually going by in between everyone. You know, CeX had no idea he was there. He had no idea. I mean, the angle, the field of view, he was looking at the ball, not the ball behind him. So Card just stole that from CeX, and you know, they're going with the fake kickoff as well. So FURIA trying to make new things happen in this second match.
They've really been working on that fake kickoff. They've used it at least once in almost every single, or actually, yeah, they have used it once in every single match in the tournament so far. And I think they've actually gained control of the ball on every fake kickoff. So it's worked to fruition. They haven't gone to it, or they haven't overused it, if you will, where teams are starting to read it. Does keep them in possession. Can they actually get a goal-scoring opportunity? There's another touch in front, forces CeX up, and it's a hard touch, but he makes it happen. And Yanks keeps that ball close. Card trying to dive forward, and Relating Wave will finally relieve the pressure.
You see how Relating Wave was expecting that pass. He caught the pass, he got the steal. So this is what Endpoint is doing right now. They are expecting the passes from FURIA, and they're a step ahead, so they can actually steal those passes and avoid the FURIA's attack.
Pass over from Mets, but can't connect with Relating Wave right away. Makes the 50 happen. FURIA starting to relax on their orange half. They've been able to clear the ball quickly back to the blue. A little bit of pressure now for Endpoint. 2 touches in front of the box. Yanks had to avoid a demo. Got 1 touch, just missed the second one. Relating Wave was there regardless. And Kaio next up, 1 touch in front, off the back wall, taken away by Metzenaris. Card flipping back quickly, back to midfield. Metzenaris takes the ball, but Yanks waits for it, and now he's got control. Lobs it up for Card, and another push commences for FURIA. No dunk for him, and Endpoint have survived so far within the final minute.
And you see how FURIA has to be playing a lot slower than they were before. Oh, that's a great pass. That's a nice shot in CeX on net defending that ball. FURIA needs to start now. I mean, they were doing so well on the first match with the speed, with their speed, just dominating the play style. but right now they're being forced to play a little bit slower, and that's going for Endpoint on this match.
CeX has been a nuisance on the defensive end. He's come up with most of the saves. Nice kick from Metanoris, and he weaves his way around the defense, giving Endpoint security.
Just waiting for it. Just watching what he's going to do, Jax, just baiting him a little bit and playing like a veteran that he is. Metanoris is doing great on that 4th goal, and now this seems like it's going to be a match for Endpoint no matter what. I mean, 25 seconds left. A miracle. FURIA needs a miracle in this match.
And it all started with that beautiful double touch from Relating Wave off the backboard. And they got 2 of those backboard reads, like you talked about earlier. FURIA had to clean up on that. Feel like after those first 2 goals, they were a lot better on the back wall, but then they just couldn't really get the offense going. They had spent a lot of time in the blue half. It wasn't that they weren't without their chances, just couldn't really convert. And Endpoint have tied the series up.
I think they were able to control a little bit the midfield, but never attack too hard on the net. So, that doesn't do anything for you. And Endpoint, to their end, they were not as active on the midfield, but they were not forcing anything because they had the lead. So they were very comfortable on the defense, just getting good clears, and it worked. I mean, it really worked for them every single time that they had a chance to attack. They took advantage of it, and look at the 6 shots, 4 goals. Whew. That's a very good.
Yeah, great efficiency by Endpoint.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I talked to Mateus a little bit beforehand, and they weren't expecting to waltz in here and be able to beat Endpoint easily again. He knew it was going to be just as hard as they initially thought it would be, and I mean, you can see why on the other side. Endpoint really working hard to get over this hump and make sure that FURIA can't beat them twice, and it would be big for them to get into the upper bracket, because that lower bracket looks scary. You don't want to have to go down there and play face.
Definitely, you don't want to play. I mean, you have the best 16, well, 15 now, but yeah, you have the best teams in the world here. So, yeah. I mean, there's no easy matchup. I mean, we saw FURIA. They beat 2 great teams and then went down with Renegades, which tells you Renegades is also a really great team. So everyone here is scary, and FURIA knows that very well.
Endpoint, quick shot off the kickoff to start game 3, and another one denied, both by Kaio. That one a little light, but that first one was dangerous. CeX, now he's got control, 30 boost, comes straight down for the fake, but Card able to slip that ball away and win the next 50.
Let's see, FURIA is starting a little bit more aggressive now. They know they want to keep the speed up and control the ball. So they're trying, even with demos right now, which is, that actually was really way back getting the demo on FURIA. And that's one thing I haven't seen Europe or NA do a lot of demos against FURIA, which is something that has surprised me. I don't know why, but it has surprised me.
Well, when they played NRG in that first game, they were really demo heavy against FURIA, but then somehow just got away from it. I don't know if FURIA were just good at avoiding those chances or just weren't in the spots for NRG to demo them, but it has been hard for teams to take out FURIA for sure, as this one scooped around, and FURIA trying to keep this ball away from Endpoint on the orange half.
There is Relating Wave going for the pass, and Metanoris sees, oh my God, he was expecting that pass, but great clear from Card. And again, we were talking about how Card is, watch it, oh my God. Okay, I was talking about Card, but you gotta take it here, I mean.
Hey, Chamaco, if you can't beat him, delete him. Yanks going full bore onto CeX, and Kaio delivers the first goal for FURIA.
And he went really out of his way to get that demo. CeX was nowhere near on the line for the ball, but it worked out. It was a beautiful demo, and we were talking about demos, how FURIA is not getting demo that much, and they said, well, I mean, maybe we should be the one demo in the other team.
Well, another shot just off the post, and I mean, CeX had saved almost every try that they had. It's a great plan for Yanks, but here's a great shot off the crossbar, and in! CeX delivers the strike!
I mean, I told you before, and I'll say it again, CeX is one of the best players, the most entertaining players to see in Europe, and wow, what a shot, right on the crossbar and down in the net. It's impossible to defend that almost, so it's almost impossible to defend CeX.
I mean, Relating Wave's pass also just hard on the nose. We talk about the man's accuracy, but it's not just his shots, it's his passing as well. He's so tough whenever he's behind the ball, because he's just a triple threat, whether it's the shot, the pass, or just the harassment in front on the 50. But FURIA trying again here off the backboard. 2 touches for Kaio, but he's immediately met by Relating Wave. Still, it's popped up in front of the box, and quickly up was Metanoris. CeX gets the quick clear, might have split FURIA's defense, just saved by Kaio.
It was a great save by Kaio. I mean, as soon as he saw the ball was landing in front of the net, he decided, well, I gotta go back. Oh my god, Seiko. Ah, that was close. And now this 1v1, 1v2 actually. Yanks trying to get the ball on net. The pass for Card, for Kaio. Kaio, another one, maybe, I believe. Well, it was a little bit too much.
A little bit, but that defense from Endpoint had to hold. That's an awkward spot with that ball just constantly hanging up in front of the box. Here's another touch from Card. Metsunaris straight back out. Kaio pops it up. But Seiko's there, and Endpoint's defensive rotations flowing like water against FURIA's offense.
I gotta say, this is so much fun. I mean, both teams are defending excellent, and their offense is, I mean, it's out of this world. Oh my god, watch it. Oh, that was a great pass, but no one was there to get it. I think it was a pass intended to be as fast because of the placement of the ball right in front of the net.
Oh, Kaio has to protect the ball. Endpoint starting to get demo heavy.
Oh,
there's another one. As this pushed out to the side, Seiko picking up 2 of those demos. Now they are starting to get to that physical game that teams just haven't really found against FURIA. But here again, Metsunaris going to keep that ball close. Relating Wave diving forward. Metsunaris also diving and somehow keep that ball back into the corner. And a little messy here, a scrum in the corner as Seiko tries to push it across, and it's just bang, bang the other way. Orange car into blue car constantly for possession, but Endpoint remain in possession. The shot denied by Kaio. Coming in front, FURIA get the clear.
And remember, whenever you get those demo-heavy playstyles, you also take out the boost out of your opponent. So FURIA didn't have any boost. They were very... They were cornered in their own field, and they were not able to get the clear. So that was very nice from Endpoint at that point.
FURIA not getting that touch, and Seiko, he's got lead on the ball. Card's able to get up there in time, but the rest of FURIA have to wait for Metsunaris' touch. Kaio's done waiting. He's got the 50, but it's not a follow-up for FURIA. Instead, it's Endpoint continuing to meet the punch from FURIA on defense. They finally get a clear back towards the box, but can they generate more pressure? So we're in the final minute. That ball launched downfield. Yanks trying to protect it, gave himself enough time to get back to it, and that's another clear out to the side by Kaio, but they gotta get back to the ball. Seiko, pass in front, relating wave denied by Kaio, who just keeps jumping in front of every ball on defense.
But you see now how Kaio is not playing the midfield. He's been forced to play in the back, and that's hurting FURIA. That's hurting their offense. So they're not as fast as they were before on game number 1. And you see it on the scoreboard. It's only a one game goal for each team.
Quick pass, but midfield, Kaio strikes from afar, and FURIA lead with 23 seconds left.
Don't let Kaio be on the midfield. That's the lesson here, right? Whenever you keep him in the back, then he's not on the offense. But whenever he's on midfield, that's fair game for him.
Kaio coming up big time off the pass from Yanks, and now Endpoint need a goal tie in the last 20 seconds. Yanks off the ceiling. Tried to get the pre-flip on that touch, and he actually succeeded. And FURIA trying to get some insurance at the end of the game. Card jumping in front of it. A lot of 50s, but now Metz. He's got Seiko on the wing. Cut off by Yanks. Forces Relating Wave to hurry up and get back. But Kaio's there in front. Has to put the ball on the ground. Seiko, he lost control of his car. And FURIA 1 away from the upper bracket.
Man, 1 away, but it's been tough. It's been really tough to get here. Nothing but respect to Endpoint right now. That they're doing everything great. They were doing the demos. They were keeping Kaio out of the midfield. They were avoiding the shots from Card and Yanks. They were forcing FURIA to play in the back wall. So everything they're doing is right, but one single mistake, one single moment where Kaio is on the midfield, where they had a chance to attack, and FURIA is just taking full advantage of that.
Every time that Endpoint had a chance on net too, it was always Kaio somehow jumping in front of the net. Yanks had a couple where it was one play in particular where he stops a hard shot towards the net. He stops the ball in midair, lands on the back wall, and is able to recover in time, but he kept the ball close enough to be able to get back to it. That kind of control, that kind of poise on defense from how much pressure they were facing in the orange half. FURIA getting that one chance, that one mistake that Endpoint gave them, that could put them over the hump, and now Endpoint have to respond.
It's funny because we're talking about Kaio and Yanks as if Card is not doing anything, but I mean...
I haven't mentioned Card's name like at all.
He's the king, and he's just, you know, right there just waiting for something to happen because Yanks and Kaio are being that good.
Like you said, a good king knows when to listen to his advisors. Yanks and Kaio, they're the best on the team for it. Now Endpoint, they've had a couple of nice goals. They've had good pressure. They've had good form. Seiko, he's looked pretty solid so far, and he continues to deliver. Endpoint have the lead.
That was a wave. Yanks thought he had it, and Card, he trusted Yanks a lot on that one. But again, beautiful placement from Seiko. It couldn't have been better, I gotta say it.
But you gotta be careful when you're positioning like that on defense. Can't be too optimistic.
Yep.
Gotta let that play develop in front of you. And a fake kickoff again, but they get harassed on it. Kaio in front, able to flip into the ball, passed on the challenge. Card, next up, just missed that second touch, and Metsunaris gets in front.
There was a play where you needed someone else to be up front for Endpoint. Metsunaris had the great clear, but there was no one to follow up, and it would have been a tremendous 2v1 situation for Endpoint and get that second goal. That would have been great for them at this point in the series.
Too committed for Endpoint, but that's a good follow-up touch to get the ball to Seiko. FURIA don't want to let Endpoint play with the ball for too long. Popped up high. The big miss, and then Kaio couldn't punish them. Endpoint get away with one.
Again, every single time they whiff, they don't hit the ball right. FURIA is not expecting that at all. Watch it.
Was that Yanks who just flew in trying to get the bump?
It was Yanks, yeah.
Oh my goodness. No fear. Wanted that mid-air bump in the net. Didn't quite get it, but Yanks is all over the place, excuse me. Kaio's had a couple of nice chances, but Relating Wave finally relieves that pressure gauge for Endpoint and starting to build it on the side of FURIA. Do they have the chance here from Seiko? Pops it across. What a touch from Yanks to beat Relating Wave, but Seiko's still there. Lob in front of the box. Two commit from FURIA. A bit of panic on the defensive side.
We haven't seen those very often, but whenever they happen, it's a bad sign. It's a bad moment for FURIA, so hopefully they can, go back to not having those double commits and not having two people defending at the same place. I mean, you gotta defend the net. It's obviously you gotta defend the net, but you need the communication to not do it twice at a time.
FURIA stabilizing now on defense, but they still can't get control of midfield. And here's Relating Wave pushing it across. Yanks having to get into the net to make that save, and now Seiko's in the air. Does he have the chance? No, it's taken away. He had no boost on the play. Yanks flipping back into that ball, wants another bump, he's got it. And that does force the next 50. Yanks continuing to go to that air dribble bump to try to get that break, to facilitate offense for FURIA, but they just can't break out still against Endpoint.
It's been working, but at the same time, I think, watch it. Seiko so close, and the ball's still in the dangerous zone. Kaio needs to get the clear, but he was too slow for that one. Relating Wave had his chance to make the pass, but King Card right there, going for the defense.
Endpoint stayed in this half for about 30 seconds. Goal for insurance would be huge. It's been tough. Relating Wave can't get in front of it. Kaio barely gets there in time. The follow-ups are slow from FURIA on defense. They need a break here on the 50. That's a good carry from Yanks, but Relating Wave scoops the ball away from him, but here we go. Here's FURIA, and another double for Endpoint. Doesn't matter as long as you get that ball cleared out. They couldn't do so. Cart drops the ball, and that's another clear for Endpoint.
I love how Yanks decided, well, we're not doing good clears with strong hits. I'm going to carry the ball and get the clear that way. And that's, that was the pace changer that they needed at that time. And they need to get the ball right into the blue zone because, 100 seconds left, and they're still down by one. And Endpoint is attacking very well. Talking about good attacks right there. You saw that play. FURIA is being forced to defend everything right now.
That recovery from Card to get the save was wonderful, but here's another shot denied. Kaio flying in for the save. Another save by FURIA. All the defense is great, but like you said, they need to get to the blue half. Popped up high in front of midfield. Pass over to Kaio, denied by Relating Wave. Still FURIA's ball. Yanks back over to Card. Card's got the first touch and denied by Relating Wave off the backboard. FURIA settled down beyond midfield. They let Seiko take it, and they have the play off the backboard.
Endpoint has been great at just avoiding a lot of attacks. Watch it. Oh my God. Kaio had the opportunity, but Seiko will get the clear. Relating Wave now after the ball, and he's just wasting time right now. Just getting the ball really high and just running down that clock.
Good touch from Kaio. Maybe this is the start of the FURIA push. As we approach the final, or we are in the final minute. We're way past it at this point. FURIA, 2 touches, but Metsunaris gets in the way. The 50s from Endpoint have been crucial to their success on defense. They've gotten in front of almost every single touch. They continue to do so as Seiko pushes it back to the corner.
Only 20 seconds left on this match, and it seems like we're gonna have a game 5, and it couldn't be any better than this, but FURIA still have a chance here, so let's see if they can make the last push.
Kaio from his own corner. Seiko up off the ceiling, slowing down the transition. FURIA will advance. Metanaris keeping the ball close. Card off the backboard. Comes straight down. Oh! No way! Yanks puts it in the net! With 2 seconds remaining, we're going to go to overtime!
And those are the type of plays that you don't expect. I mean, it was a pass against the back wall. Seika should have been there. I don't know if he had enough boost or what, or he was recovering for something, but he should have been there to avoid that pass and avoid that attack. Anyways, I mean, 2 seconds left, tied game.
Something happened off the kickoff. Seiko cheats up quickly, set in front of the box, and we do go to overtime in Game 4. Endpoint, danger falling to the lower bracket, having to play FaZe. Or can they survive? Can they force Game 5? Furia, get this one off the kickoff. Mets pushing it back down for Seiko. Gonna catch this ball after Kaio gets in the way. That one teed off, it's still Yanks' ball, stays low on the 50, dodges one demo, 42 boost in the tank, on the side wall, avoids another endpoint defender. Yanks getting down, can't find the ball, goal! Kaio does it! They get Furia to the upper bracket, South America!
How good is Yanks controlling that ball? I mean, he held it and held it and held it until he was able to make the pass, and then Kaio was right there, you know, just trusting his teammate.
That was, wow. Yanks, wow, what a push down the field. The low 50, avoiding the bump from Metanaris, catching the ball on the sidewall, and Endpoint, you can see Relating Wave devastated that they couldn't get that goal. They knew that they had it in their hands. There was 23 seconds left on the clock before Furia tied the game.
I feel for Relating Waves, you know, I really feel for him, but at the same time, I couldn't be any happier for these guys. Look at them, look at them. They're finally right there, top 6. I mean, can you believe that?
That is crazy. I mean, especially with how Furia played in the fall major, the only team they ended up beating were G2 and 5. They lost to Renegades to be eliminated, and then they lost to Renegades earlier. And you were thinking, okay, they beat NRG, they beat Endpoint. Okay, Renegades, no problem, right? But for some reason, they can't beat Kami. Kami literally owns Card and Kaio.
Yep.
They can't beat him. But then you go and play Endpoint again. Endpoint looked better than they did last time, and Furia still beat them in 4.
Yeah, that tells you how much homework they have done, because they have studied these EU teams, these NA teams. They have studied them, you know, at the fullest, and maybe they need to do a little bit more homework on OCE. But other than that, they showed up to play. You know, before I thought maybe they don't have this mental fortitude where they could be down so much on a game and still come back. But this time, you know, 20 seconds left, and they were still in the game.
That was a gritty game. Just so many fast challenges. It really felt like immovable objects meets unstoppable force. But Shamako, you've been all smiles since that last goal has gone in. And pop off, man. Absolutely deserved it. I'm sure chat's going absolutely wild. They've been supporting Furia all week. They've literally won in the chat prediction game every time they've been on stream. And there's just a lot of fans out there that have been wanting to see South America finally take the next step in the RLCS. And this is finally it. Furia have done it.
It's the underdog story. I mean, you always want to see underdog get up and make it happen. And we have known that these guys had the ability, the skills to be at here and play against the best in the world, but they were not able to show it. That was it. They were not able to show it. And finally now, you see them, you know, beat NRG, beat Endpoint. You know, we were not gonna say the other team because they lost, but they are showing what they're capable of, and everyone is happy about it.
Well, the South American darlings have made it to the upper bracket. Let's go to Subi to talk to their coach, Mateus.
Thank you so much, Jorby. I am here with the coach of Furia, STL, and I've got to say, that was an impressive series from you boys, and right out of the gates, it was Kaio setting the tone with that drop-down pass, and you guys took the early lead, and it seems like you just dominated throughout the series. Did you guys study a lot of Endpoint and just kind of figure some things out, holes in their defense?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
No, we just play our game. That was our mentality for this whole major. Just play our game, focus in our game. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. And like you saw yesterday, we beat them and then lose to Renegades. Like, it's our mentality. I think it's after Sweden, our mentality like is growing up, and like I think we're peaking in that regard.
And speaking back to Sweden, did you guys kind of realize, okay, we need to come into this with more confidence, because you guys are performing out of your minds right now, and congratulations on making top 6. You're going to be facing G2 this weekend with fans in the building. And have you guys talked about that? Have you guys kind of gotten those nerves away, or do you think you just got to experience it and get through it in game 1?
When we arrive in LA, we are like, if you get top 12, it will be like perfect. top 8 is a dream. Now top 6, we are in the clouds, man. But like for tomorrow, G2, it will be a hard game. Like for me, they are major contenders to win this whole event, so it will be tough. But we're so proud right now. Like if we can lose for G2 and like in the lower bracket in the same day, we're good, all good, all good.
Yeah, no, you guys have looked great today. And I've just got to say congratulations again to you guys, because it seems like every time that, and I'm going to say minor region, because right now you guys are proving you are not a minor region, but you guys come in and you're always the underdogs. Nobody takes you guys seriously. Should they take you seriously now?
I'm going to quote Corelli, like I was watching the VOD of the Sweden skirmish that Retos did, and like quoting him, South America prevails. We're not a minor region anymore. Even Team Secrets, even ERA, like we were same 2, not same 1 for this event. For the next major, you can expect like us to perform at this level at least, and like the other same team, like top 12, top 8, getting wins. I think we are getting there.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be great. And I've also got to know, when Kaio is popping off like that, is there any team in the world that is going to slow you guys down?
Well, we are thinking that NRG would, so I think no.
No, it's just been such an impressive performance. And Endpoint did take 1 game off of you, made it very close there in game 4, and somehow 2 seconds left on the clock, you guys tie that game up. Are you saying anything to them going into overtime, or do you just know, okay, they've got the wheel, let them continue driving and try and get this win?
Well, it was 2 seconds, so first let's go to the kickoff and then the overtime. But our mentality was more like it's more like a scrim, you know, we're like a scrim team. So it's a scrim. If you lose, we lose. We already got 2 wins, more than any same team like the whole season, the whole history of our RLCS. So like just play. You guys know how to play. So just be chilling and it's good.
Well, STL, I won't take too much of your time because I can tell you boys want to celebrate. You want to get ready for tomorrow. So anything that you want to say to the fans out there, anything that you want to say to the South American region?
Can I say in Portuguese or no?
Absolutely, yeah.
Eu vi vocês não confiando tanto na gente, no geral, mas a América do Sul está aqui para jogar. A gente, Team Secret, Era, Cru, qualquer um que vier, não coloque a gente para baixo. A gente pode ganhar tudo.
Well, I don't know what he said, but it sounded great, and I love it. And we are so excited to see you guys tomorrow, and we're excited for this next matchup. It's going to be NRG going up against Renegades. Loser, gonna be going home. You're not going to want to go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.